Episode 1 of the Chromatic Showcase brought us this awesome design. Episode 2 brought us these beauties. Well, now it's time for the third episode of the Chromatic Showcase, which is all about an item type we haven't yet seen at all. Oh, and by the way, the chromatic effect on decals doesn't actually make the entire decal chromatic. As you can see here, sometimes it only makes a really small part of a chromatic. Kind of lame, but oh well. And before we get into the first design, a huge thank you to Wrath for letting me use his insanely stacked account. Honestly, I've never seen an account with this many items. Check out all of those Mercs. First up, we've got the Octane, for which we have 4 different chromatic decals. The Obtruse decal is by far the smallest and worst of them, so we're starting out really strong here. The Shisa isn't much better. Again, this one is really small. It's ridiculous just how much of this one isn't chromatic. Then we get some improvement with Edgewise, a really nice clean decal that looks even better on the titanium white Octane. And finally, Thanatos, which is both the biggest and coolest decal of the 4. Check out that awesome demon head, or whatever that is. Next up is the Dominus with 2 incredibly cool decals. Afterlife has chromatic pieces covering the entire body of the car, and is just all round friggin' badass. And then Ombre, which is, put simply, the cleanest possible decal in the game. If I had this, I might actually consider switching to the Dominus. Actually no, I'd never do that. Speaking of ombres, we've also got an ombre for the Breakout. Again, couldn't be cleaner. Then we've got the Dingo rocking Rascal Stripes. Easily the smallest chromatic decal in the showcase. In fact, it's so small you can barely even see it in game. The Breakout Type S is next, and it brings us the S'more decal. This one is exceptionally ugly, although it does cover a decent amount of the car. And then the awesome Shockwave, which has this huge chromatic area covering the entire top of the car. And it's got this bit on the sides and the front. Our second last car is the Diestro rocking the Rico decal. This one's kind of like a big version of the Obtruse decal on the Octane. And lastly, we've got my pick for the best decal of the showcase. The Merc absolutely killing it with the Athena decal. And that is episode 3 of the Chromatic Showcase. Thank you again to Wrath for letting us use his account, and thank you to all of you for watching. And I'll see you guys in the next one.